So I might just be an idiotic, stupid dog, and that goes without saying. But the interesting thing was the other day, me and the man, we were hanging out, and I was like, what do you want to do, buddy? And he says, I don't know, I'm itchy, I got the Jimmy legs, I don't feel so good. My stomach's upset because I'm not drinking any alcohol. I said, well, I understand, you got to drink a little alcohol to calm your nerves sometimes, but whatever, He's like, I just have to stick with sobriety for a little while, and it's making me antsy. Plus, the more sober you are, the more in tune you are with your environment, everything that's going on around you, the more you understand all the screwed up crap that's going on. Like, take for instance, the man looks directly into my eyes, he says, take, for instance, this Kanye West character. What do you tell me? Before, when I was drinking bourbon, I thought maybe it was an anti-Semite, but I was like, you know what, he's such a great artist, and I enjoyed so many of his performance pieces that I was like, I kind of dismissed it all. But once I was sober, I was like, oh my God, he had his Twitter account suspended, then reinstated by Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, as much of a dweeb and a doof and a douche and a screwhead as he is, he had to resuspend Kanye. He hasn't even resuspended, whatever. Donald, he freed up Donald again, but he had to resuspend Kanye. That's how bad it gets. Then you find out another thing. Kanye is no longer buying Parler. Why not, Kanye? Maybe because there's enough money, because everyone's running for the hills. And then it's another thing, he's praising Hitler on Alex Jones, and I'm like, I'm ready to jump off a bridge. This is too disturbing. This is too screwed up. But the worst part, the man looks at me and says, the worst part is, I was watching a movie the other day starring Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp was this young. They use that technology where they make you look younger than you really are. So Johnny, he was made to look a lot younger than he really looks like in real life. And he was a podcast specialist, somebody like maybe Mother Jones or Mama's Kitchen or the Skanks. And in the thing, Johnny's like, we cannot do. He's talking to his producers in a meeting in a conference room, and Johnny stands up. He had a kind of a big belly. They made his face look really beautiful and smooth, and it looked like a young Johnny Depp. But he had a big belly, like a pot belly, like he's eating too many pancakes or too many carbs. He was drinking too much wine. Johnny's like, don't you understand? If we do this podcast, it's going to destroy us. They're canceling Kanye everywhere. Every place you go, Kanye's getting canceled. You're going to draw us into the whole thing, and we're going to get canceled. Johnny's like, what are you, stupid? We cannot put Kanye on. His producers are like, it'll make or break us, but we're languishing. We're nowheres. We're like middle of the road. We're middling. We want to become famous. We want to break through. And Johnny's like, you cannot break through like this. This will, you cannot do it on the back of Kanye West. You cannot do it on the back of division and anti-Semitism. Johnny was really standing up, and they were like, Johnny, we'll give you $250,000 more if you do this podcast. And Johnny's like, where do I sign? That was the hard part, that Johnny, and it almost was like Johnny, his whole thing, his whole persona rang straight through, and you could really see the true Johnny right straight through the character. Johnny was like, I don't care. If you want to do a Kanye West and you think it's going to make us into some. So basically, Johnny, the whole time, he's trying to massage Kanye doing the podcast to never talk about nothing. So Johnny's like, hey, Kanye, when you have Christmas, do you and Kim pretend like Santa Claus came and ate all the chocolate chip cookies and drank the milk that you laid out for him? Or what do you do at your house to to continue the ruse, the tradition, or the whatever you call it, not the facsimile, whatever you call it, I don't know. Like, do you try to create a situation where your children believe there's a Santa Claus? And Kanye starts right away saying, Santa Claus was this, that, and the other thing, and it has something to do with the Jews. And right away, Johnny's like, Shah, you can't say nothing. Johnny, don't say nothing. Johnny wasn't saying Johnny, he was saying Kanye. Johnny wasn't saying Johnny, he was saying Kanye. Johnny's character in the movie was saying, Kanye, you cannot say nothing about that. Nobody wants to hear you speaking about those kind of topics. What I want to say is when you and Kim are trying to perpetuate the myth that Santa Claus exists, do you and Kim, do you take the milk and the chocolate chip cookies and the gingerbread men that you leave out for old Saint Nick, do you take them away and pretend that Santa Claus must have come down the chimney right away? Kanye's like, we don't have a chimney in our house. We don't have a fireplace. We have gas logs. And Johnny was like, oh my God, whatever. Okay, Kanye, let me ask you this one. Do you remember when Walt Disney was perpetuating the whole myth about, this, that, the other thing? Right away, Kanye was like, I'm not having none of it. You look at Eidberger, whatever, the other one was Samuel Eisenbaum. What do these names have in common? The people who ran Walt Disney. And Johnny was like in the movie, he's like, listen, Kanye, no one wants to know how you keep on pointing out that certain names are prevalent in the upper echelons of corporate America in the entertainment industry. No one wants to hear about it. Let's keep this simple, Kanye. When you and Kim are taking your kids to the Cub Scouts or the Girl Scouts, are you helping them earn their merit badges? Kanye jumps up. He strips off all his clothes. He snorts a bunch of PVC. PVC is like scraping pipes, like irrigation pipes, and snorting the PVC dust. Right then, Johnny's like, this is it, I'm out of here. I don't care if you're trying to give me $200,000. And the whole movie came crashing to an end. They didn't even finish the movie. It just said thin. The whole damn movie just went black, and it said FINN. So you tell me, it's disgusting.